back to Kanja and or Amin. IPOA has now told us the names of the officers from DCI who went to Migori to go and arrest Ojwang. Can you tell the country how it came to pass that Ojwang was moved all the way, Ojwang, that Ojwang was moved all the way, hundreds of kilometers, contrary to the provisions of normal procedure that would have required that he be taken to the nearest police station in the jurisdiction where he committed, quote unquote, the said crime, and that if he needed to be moved, a magistrate needed to give permission for him to be moved all the way to Nairobi. Could you, IG, tell us why you have found it difficult to arrest these officers? And their names are a little bit disturbing. You tell us why you have not arrested them? Because they're the only ones who were with this young man from the last time the parents saw him well and alive up to the time they came to Nairobi for the country to be told that the young man was dead. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I want to appeal to CS MURKOMEN. CS MURKOMEN, the National Security Council, where you sit, is charged with promoting and guaranteeing security of the country. And you have the audacity to come and face the Parliament of Kenya and tell Kenyans that you don't see, you don't know. CS MURKOMEN, please, for the respect of this young man, you are yet to grow a child up to the age of 31. Can you immediately resign? You are not fit to be in that docket. Please, I beg you, it is not personal. And if you think I'm joking, you are a well-read man. You know that in 2011, in Tunisia, a street hawker by the name of Mohamed Bouazi was killed. And people came into the streets, and the government of President Ben Ali was overthrown. You truly don't know what you're playing with. Please resign. You cannot be an inspiration to be in cabinet.
Let me just admit that the Gen Zs and millennials who got access to the body of Albert Ojwang, they got to get the picture of him or even a video and share online. So I personally got the opportunity to view the body online. And let me just give you a picture of what I saw. There was blood in his mouth. Eyes were definitely swollen. The head was probably beaten, so it looks like it's also swollen. But the entire body, the stomach, the chest, it looked okay. I don't know what happened to the feet because we do not have a whole picture of the feet, of the body I mean. But from what I could see, the entire head, it was literally beaten. It was hit by some object. Blood was all over. And when I observed where the bag that literally had been put inside, I could see where he had laid his head, there was some bit of blood there. Meaning the entire head, probably from the back up here, sides, was also seriously hit. So I'm imagining of a scenario where a young man literally decides to see a wall and then takes his head and knocks himself back, then knocks himself from up like this, then sides, then he knocks his eyes literally to the wall to an extent that he even passed on. And that is information that we literally received from the police themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many possibilities from the opposition as far as the flag bearer of 2027 is concerned. But based on my analysis, as we speak today, there are only two contenders within that team. And that is none other than Rigathi Gachagua and of course, Dr. Okengo Fred Matiang'i. It is not that others are not important, but based on the needs of Kenyans, these are the two people who can be able to challenge President William Ruto come 2027. Now, ladies and gentlemen, some may ask, how is Rigathi Gachagua going to challenge President William Ruto? First of all, this gentleman is a campaigner. We have to agree that. And is someone who understands politics. Secondly, this gentleman has numbers. Numbers that can take William Ruto home. Now, when it comes to Dr. Okengo Fred Matiang'i, he is almost the real change that people want in this country. That is based on the track record. Track record in the sense that this gentleman, people know him as someone who has been performing. When he was in education, when he was in interior, and when he was actually in ICT. So people feel like they need him because he's a performer and he can be able to work and change this country. So those are the two people who are attracting numbers. Now, I've done videos on Martha Karua and showed that she had tried before and she did not succeed. I've done videos and I've actually shown that Eugene Wamalwa is not capable at this point. And we have to be realistic that other principals, especially those from Mount Kenya, fall under Rigathi Gachagua. So therefore, there's no way they can be contenders and surpass Rigathi Gachagua. But the fact is, Rigathi Gachagua is in the hands of the courts, in that is the only avenue that can be able to stop Rigathi Gachagua from going for the presidency come 2027. If they rule against him, well and good. If they rule in his side, in his favor, that means very well that Rigathi Gachagua can decide to be in the ballot or not. Now, people might be asking, why have I placed Kalonzo Musyoka? As we speak today in this particular video, I want to take you through on what is the best choice for Kalonzo Musyoka as we speak today, based on what I see on social media and the response I'm getting on my YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mukwa Times, take a second or two to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. My number is here. For those who want to support the channel, you're highly welcome. And for those actually want to engage me on matters to do with politics, enlighten me further, please do feel free to do so. Now, let me dive into the topic today, but before I do so, 2 seconds, please, for you to subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me look at some of the things that determine someone to become a presidential candidate. Number one, it is numbers. When it comes to Kalonzo Musyoka, he has, let's say, a issue of about 2 million votes from the Kamba region. Now, why is this the problem? This is the problem on this basis. Kalonzo Musyoka, as we speak today, is not popular across the country. Not everyone in the country, actually, so many people don't feel like Kalonzo Musyoka, they can trust him, first of all, and no one feels like Kalonzo Musyoka always wants to be in the presidency. He always has a certain stand that everyone is always in doubt about him. So therefore, Kalonzo Musyoka does not attract numbers across the country. Yes, he can get numbers from here and there based on the running mate, but the fact remains that Kalonzo Musyoka is not strong enough when it comes to the issue to do with the numbers. He can get the home numbers, yes, but attracting people to vote for him from across the country, I don't think it's possible from what I am seeing across the board. Secondly, if we go to the issue of character, nobody trusts Kalonzo Musyoka based on his operations. Kalonzo Musyoka has been always indicating to vie for presidency, but he has never done that since 2002. So as we speak today, Kalonzo Musyoka, nobody believes even is interested in presidency. Probably is going like Raila Amolo Odinga. And he's always comfortable where he is. So the fact remains that Kalonzo Musyoka, people doubt him, and that is really going to affect if he's going to affect his numbers, if he's really going to be the presidential flag bearer. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Kalonzo Musyoka, as we speak today, he has no money for campaigns. If you look across America, this gentleman, he does not attract people from across board to support his campaigns in terms of monetary funds. I mean, in terms of financial support.